Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Back with another watch list. Wanted to hop on here just to do some trade review. Was celebrating my younger brother's birthday, so got a bunch of people over for dinner this evening. So I was just gonna sneak away quickly, run through a few things, and see what's up. Haven't gone through scans yet, so I will try to do that quickly. Let's see here. I'll go alphabetical, or what do I got? I took a trade on KLTO. It was a short. Covered it a bit too early. Was covering that morning pull, same as KNW. And this one ended up going a bit further, probably due to its dilutive nature. But now you've got 1.5 red days. Now this comes into reversal territory. Look for some opening range highs to be broken. I like when it sets its high a day right off the open and doesn't breach it. So we will see. Pullbacks, opening range highs will be on watch. KNW, tried this one long. We had this little breakout set up here coming through the 390s, and I let it break. Or test, I guess. It didn't quite break. Push, bought the pullback, first lows a day, and it just continued to make lower highs from there. Once it broke out, it should have firmed up and didn't. So no reason to fight it. Did come back there later in the day, but still ultimately failed. NVTS, this one played out really well. From the early entry to the ads to the sells, re-ads into the breakout level, and then locked in the entire swing position there into the 9s. Really happy with the play on this one. Really happy with how I played it. Stuck to my plan. Was very patient in a choppy stock that I know chopped up a bunch of people. So happy with how I traded that one. And then RFL, I traded this one as well. Looks like this one faded lower. Just got a starter size on there in pre-market on a pop back up into red to green. Coming into that 9 a.m. window. And then once market opened, this thing flushed and SSR was on, so I was not interested in chasing it. By the time it pulled back right off the open from prior close of 280s right down to 230s, it already tapped the 4 EMA. The 4 EMA. So my trade idea was already done on there. So those were my trades of the day. And I am cashed across the rest of my positions. So now, what's up, Jeff? Mister, how's you guys going? I will run some scans and see what we've got. VTAC, biggest percent gainer, closed weak and gapping down a hell of a lot more. What else we got? KZIA failed. XTIA, little multi-day runner, started to speed up rather quickly. 1, 2, 3 days. So funny when you get this little like buyer in the tape action when there's no volume that's followed by a move like this. It's like, oh yeah, nobody knew. Thank you. Nice trade on NVTS. I appreciate it. Played out really well. Was the main winner of the last 2 days was NVTS. What else? What else? Okay, might as well just pull up my scan screen. Let me see here. If I drop this over here, Finviz, And then, where's my Finviz? Finviz. There we go. And I will put it right there. Actually, I'm going to have to make this bigger for myself. So I will resize the screen here in 1 second. There we go. I got bad eyes. So looking for multi-day runners, looking for breakouts, looking for abnormal volume relative to how it typically trades, looking for anything like that. Familiar chart action that I feel like has some sort of predictability. Like DPRO, but that thing got smoked in after hours yesterday, so there was no sense in watching it. QSG, quantum name it looks like. Quite the move. Wow. 5 to 12. Jeez. Let me look here. MFI, little breakout, not trading a ton of volume. LTBR broke support. Nothing there. What else? KLTO, possible first green day, but I've already got that one on watch. Boost, starting to speed up. FFAI, that thing's starting to curl there. If that can run fast enough, far enough, I'd put that one on watch, but not just yet. CNET, I see some volume coming in there. Meh. Boring. Mod V, little perk there. Faded off by close. Unfortunate. INTS. Decent looking daily. Ugh, got smoked in after hours. Started to look pretty good. It was coming into those looking left levels for a possible breakout, but in after hours it got whacked. It's back below 40 cents. Strong gainers. Oh, Oklo, damn. That's a breakout. Damn. Wow, I really wish I was long that. $59.14. QBT keeps going, which means QBTS, ooh, faded. RGTI, faded. Qubit, definitely some relative strength. Wow. And it's running into those looking left, like that consolidation zone. And it hasn't gone red because it closed here, pulled and held, gapped, closed below its open, but then the next day held its prior day's close. So it hasn't gone red in 4 days, and volume's starting to pick up. Jeff likes when I talk through scan and what you're thinking on charts. Cool. I will do a bit more of it. Sometimes I feel like people have like a short attention span, so I feel like they watch these to just, they want to like watch it quick and just be done. So I'm never really sure how long to make them, but if people like them, I don't have to come prepared into the live stream. I can do a bit more of the scanning process on here. But I find I find these quantum names just so choppy, but that daily is interesting. It's basically doubled 11 to like 21. Man, but that Oklo, I wish I was long that. What did that look like today when it broke through 59s? Oh, straight up. That would have been tough to buy. If I can get a straight down flush off the open. It tanked after hours here too. I don't know why everything's getting whacked after hours. I'll have to look. INEO. SMR breaking out. That's sympathy to Oklo, NNE. So maybe NNE wants to play some catch up. I can run through that. I'll throw that whole sector on my watch list, the nuclear basket, because that's looking like pretty bullish. INEO. Faded. Seen KLTO on a few scans. Usually bodes well when I'm looking for a setup. I like to see it on multiple of these. I like the attitude, Jeff. Sounds good, sounds good. Meh, these charts are trash. Last scan here. Yeah, and then volume starts to dwindle, so. Alrighty, let's flip to my other screen. Put me in the corner. So yeah, I was looking at Oklo, and you've obviously got that nuclear basket. So it double topped right here on this breakout. So the breakout was through 59s, but going intraday, that's a pretty tough breakout to buy. Right through here, like the risk is $6 a share. So what I would much prefer is some sort. I don't know why it got hit here after hours. Let me see. Offering, public offering 400 million common stock with an option for underwriters to purchase additional 60 million. So it was an offering, but the stock has had news today at 8 a.m. might have been a tell if I was watching that daily chart. Selected an intended awardee to prove clean, reliable power to Eielson Air Force Base in Alaska. Yeah, definitely good luck. So maybe some panic selling if no one was around in after hours. Maybe get a flush off the open, and closer to 59's the better. I don't think it's going to retest it. If it's going to look good, I don't think you want to see it test it. But we'll look for weak opens and then be able to risk low a day and look for some sort of trend join there. SMR is already starting to break out. Had a fake out and then collected itself today through those 36s. Similar to how LTBR was setting up. I went over it right here, where each time it pushes, it fails, but now it's consolidating near its highs. SMR did the same kind of thing, where it pushes and fails each time it tries, but now it pushed and then consolidated tight up near its highs. So that one's looking good. And then NNE is also a sympathy, has gone on some nice multi-day runs in the past. This one's a bit further away from its daily highs. What's its daily? 48.05. But it could be a laggard. You got a little pocket pivot there volume-wise. So looks like it's setting up okay. Could be a bigger picture idea and play a little catch-up to the rest of the sector. So I think that nuclear basket's probably worth keeping on watch. RI says CoreWeave. Yeah, if that broke 166s, it would it'd look pretty nice. So far, it's topped there a few times. The tighter it gets up near its highs, the more interested I'd be there. But 166s, I have price alerts set there. NVTS failed. This one failed. Mod V failed by close. Ion failed sub 4, so no reason for me to watch that anymore. Beamy still sideways. Buru still sideways. KNW double topped. UAVS faded off. BSGM waiting for this trend line to fail. KLTO possible backside bounce. CARM faded off. NCNA unfortunately didn't go higher. Would have much preferred that higher. MRIN faded. VTAC faded. And then those ones. XTIA we already kind of talked about. I'd like another day because most of the volume on this came in today. I don't think it can go higher, but NVTS I won't take off watch because technically as long as it's above 690s, it's still in trend. Don't love the big topping tail on the red candle here, but could set up and consolidate for higher. We'll see. That one's holding up pretty well. Yeah, CARM, I'm not 100% sold on a bounce on this. Just got smoked in after hours. Like it's squeezed. I don't know. I don't love that one. I prefer to trade KLTO for a reversal. I like the daily structure that better. So in terms of watches, tomorrow is probably KLTO as the main small cap watch. And then I will keep the Nuclear Basket, Oklo week opens, SMR week opens, and any possible bigger picture idea there. Not really sure how to enter it because it's not breaking out, but it would just be like a sympathy idea. So as long as the sector is strong. And then CoreWeave, I'd set price alerts for 166s. It looks like it's far away, but the range, if this thing wants to trade it and break it, it can. Has faded off so far, so I don't expect it to happen tomorrow, but let's see what Nate's got on watch, see if I'm missing anything. I feel like I should be watching Qubit, but I blacklisted those quantum names. I'm tired of fighting them. Like, it looks like this trade is in the cards right there for this to fail 16 and roll over, but like quantum names are just so frustrating. Megal, that one's holding up. That was a sideways one there yesterday. Could be liquidity trap. I don't see why not. It lines up with other daily levels. Yeah, I'd throw it on watch for like that 215 break. I don't hate the idea. Not like a big size trade, but it was on Nate's liquidity trap watch, so I'll just keep it on watch. Circle, that one's pretty clean little bounce there today. Look at the daily. You get a multi-day run from 60 to 140, 1.5 days of pullback, and then a bounce. Played out pretty well. What do you think of MFI? Yeah, that one had a breakout yesterday and then failed and then rebroke today. So it's just not trading a ton of volume. Doesn't really look like an in-play name. Like the way in which it's trading, I know I would have taken a loss on something like that, like play the 3 break, and then it just comes back on me right here. So like any entry through highs a day, through 3 is a risk on low a day, would have stopped me out here late day, and I definitely wouldn't have traded it today. So I just think it's a tough one. So I think small caps, I'll look for Megal, break and build through 215, KLTO for a backside bounce, first green day, opening range high break, and then Nuclear Basket and CoreWeave. Neg backside bounce. No, it didn't run enough. Only up from 6 to 17. And it's a bit choppy. A bit choppy. Alrighty, I can hear some family heading on out, so I don't want to miss them and not say goodbye. So that's my watches for tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry to rush it out of here, but family's more important than a YouTube video. So alrighty guys, I will catch you later. See you in the room. Peace.